Okay, I'm going to give you an explanation why the Edwards 270 SPO is a good fire alarm pole station to have in public buildings. One reason is the brake rod. So when this pole station is pulled, the brake rod will come off and it will shatter all over the floor. Then you have evidence that someone pulled it. And on the pole handle, it says pull in case of fire. So that tells you to only pull it in case there's a fire. Other fire alarm pole stations out there just have pull down, and they're very easy to be pulled for not the right reason because they don't have the specific message on the pole handle. That is why I like this pole station. Because it says pull in case of fire. And that is telling you right on the pole handle to only pull it if there's a real fire. Other fire alarm pole stations, someone just has to constantly remind you not to pull that unless there's a real fire. But with this one, it specifically tells you to only pull it if there's a real fire. And what was a good thing about this is when someone didn't know better not to pull the fire alarm when there was not a fire, the brake rod came off, and then it shattered all over the floor, and then you have evidence that someone pulled it. When I was in elementary school, there were a couple students that didn't know better not to pull the fire alarm when there was no fire. And they pulled it, and this brake rod shattered all over the floor. Then the principal had evidence that someone pulled the alarm. And they didn't read carefully what's on this handle. Remember, it says pull in case of fire. When there's not a fire, we don't pull it. I mean, they should have read the message on this pull handle carefully. That is why these are my favorite pole stations. Because you'll have less temptation to cause false alarms, because with the message that says pole in case of fire, and it has a brake rod, but that is not the substitute for a stopper cover. Stoppers prevent many false fire alarms in a building, because the stoppers have an alarm in it that sounds when you lift the stopper. That means a lot of attention is drawn to that pole station, and the person pulling that fire alarm will be caught. So these pole stations are not the substitute for stopper covers. In fact, you can put a stopper over this pole station, which is nice. My school has the stopper covers over the pole stations, and it's this one. So it does work behind the stopper covers, as you can tell, because I seen this pole station inside of a stopper cover many times. Bye.